Hey guys, my name is Jenn Carrasco. I am a serial entrepreneur, founder of many six-figure businesses. I am also a skincare creator, an IFBB pro athlete that is extremely passionate about helping entrepreneurs grow their business and, most importantly, helping you and everybody else to own their shit. Welcome to Own Your Shit, the podcast. This is the show where we stop the comparison cycle, we eliminate the need for a secret sauce, and realize that the faster we own the way we stand in our own way, the faster and shorter the route is to creating that life we all crave. So, with that being said, now let's own your own shit. Hey guys, welcome back to Own Your Shit with Jenn Carrasco. And like I always start every episode, please like, share, review, because when you do that, it helps everybody to grow and expand and become actually better people. So with that, today, I am thoroughly excited. I have one of my Apex brothers here with me today, and him and I have a lot in common. And so I'm going to let him kind of go through, what he does, what he offers, what his passion is. And I'm going to introduce Ryan Floyd. So go ahead and take it over, brother.
Yes. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for sure. So basically I help busy entrepreneurs lose that extra weight, right? So they can buy back time, buy back their freedom, and have that mental clarity to go out, earn more, do more, and be more. We've helped over 10,000 men and women in the last over 10 years get back in shape, get back to their fighting weight is what we like to call it, or their high school weight, as our female clients like to shoot for, and just be comfortable in their own skin. And
Amen.
That's it. That's what we do.
Amen. So it is a fit body boot camp. So question for you is, let the listeners know, what do you do? Do they have to come to you? Do you go to them? Do you do special events? Do you, explain kind of what you do?
Yeah. So we have a brick and mortar facility, which is our Fit Body Boot Camp. And that is where we run 30-minute fat loss workouts. Come to us in our facility. Yes. But we also do this training virtually with our Fit Body coaching app, where anybody in the country can come in, and we customize the workouts for them, customize their nutrition plan for them with our registered dietitians, and get you set up on everything that you need to be successful with the core habits of eating or getting your workouts in, getting your water intake in, getting your sleep in. We start you slow, build the core habits, and then move on from there. Yeah.
Awesome. So I have a couple questions for you. One is, because I deal with this, just like I'm sure you deal with this all the time, is what do you do with that one person that is not committed to doing what you say, and they're not doing it because you could tell they're not doing the work?
Right.
How do you go about motivating them to actually get results?
Okay. So the most common way, because everybody's going to be just slightly different, the most common way is we actually have this text. It's a template that we use, and it works well with our prospects who say they want to start, but then ghost us on their first session and never show up, or they don't, or they're in our program and not doing it. And so the text message goes like this. It goes, "Hey, I know you're busy." All right. So one, we're going to acknowledge the fact that, hey, they're busy and life gets in the way. But two, we say, still want to lose that 10 pounds or whatever their goal was? Still interested in losing that 10 pounds? Question mark. If not, no big deal. Okay. So we're drawing back a little bit. If not, no big deal. Just let me know. And so it's a slight guilt, but it's shit.
Yeah. You can cuss in here. I don't fucking care.
I figured as much, but yeah. And then it's all right, fine. I'm with you. Let's roll. For the most part, that works well. And if not, I always like the classic, memes that are just like, hey, what's going on? And we've got a
Yeah.
few that we use, but yeah.
Yeah. Cause honestly, I think the thing that I feel like I see now, I don't do a lot of training like you do, right? I only take select clients that really want to work with me. And I don't even do training. I'll just help them, and then push them to somebody like you to help them. But what I've seen is that people, they tend to let their head get in the way a lot of times. And it's like, you need that motivation. So a lot of times I'll tell them, to put something up on their mirror that inspires them every day when they freaking look at it, that, oh yeah, that's what I want. It's like a reminder, right? Because we need that reminder. If not, we're like, oh, look it, there's cake, or, oh, look it, there's this. And,
Right.
my biggest thing too is I always dial in with my clients. I'm sure just like you do, is the fact of, what do you crave? What is that thing that you go for when shit is crappy and you want to splurge on something? How do we alleviate that? Right? Because it's an emotional strategy that we all have. Right.
Yep.
So for instance, right now, like I'm literally, I'm doing a lot of things in the back end that people don't realize right now, but I'm doing a lot. And then on top of that, I'm really dialing in my EOS coaching, but I'm getting ready for a show. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm doing that, because if not, I'd be eating everything in the freaking house right now. Right. Because it's emotionally eating. We all deal with it. So how do you deal with clients with that?
Like you said, it's all in the mindset. And so what we create a weekly theme that has something to do with mindset, and it gives them a weekly challenge. Okay. And it could be a made up word, which actually, ironically enough, this week our theme is promptitude.
I like it.
Whatever. Right. Yeah. And it's promptly coming up with the decisions that you need to make that are going to be healthy. And I present it this way: like, if you're presented with two options, right? You're hungry and you need food fast and you're out, so you go through the drive-through, right? Well, you have more than one option, but if you go through a drive-through, you have a potentially decent option and order like a chicken salad, or you could get the Big Mac, right? If you think for longer than 5 seconds on that decision, most likely you're going to choose the Big Mac. It's like, oh man, I'm really hungry, but if you start weighing the decisions back and forth, you're going to talk yourself into the emotional food, right? The emotional food choice, the one that's going to satisfy you better versus the healthier option. Yeah. So it's like, so have that attitude of promptitude, make that decision very quickly in under 5 seconds. And most likely you're going to choose the right one. It's the same when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Do you hit the snooze button or do you pop out of bed? If you have to think about it, do I want to get out of bed today and go to work out? If you have to think about it for longer than 5 seconds, you're hitting the snooze button. Yeah. I mean, I am.
Yeah. It's like the 1, 2, 3 wake up, right? I love her.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, get up. Like do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. If you have to think about it, you're going to talk yourself out of it.
Absolutely.
And so from a mindset perspective, we keep it fresh each week so that it doesn't become stagnant. Okay. And I'll just take your look at it every day in the mirror thing. Is it's in the back of your head, so it's always going to help. Yes, there's always going to be a help, but eventually you start to ignore it.
Yeah.
When you don't believe that you can achieve what you put on the mirror.
Yep.
It works great. It's the same as on your phone, right? You put your backdrop on your phone of what you want to achieve. That's an awesome visual, but eventually, unless you switch it up, it becomes stagnant and you forget about it.
Absolutely. No, I agree. So the whole podcast is about own your shit. And I created it because I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that do own their shit. And there's a lot of people that need to learn from those people to actually own their shit and do their shit. Right.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we've all had to eat shit to get where we are. Right.
For sure. Without a doubt.
So what was your own your own shit moment?
where I had to eat the biggest shit. Oh man, it's been multiple times. And actually, I'm kind of going through this moment now. And the moment happens when the team just decides to up and leave. And I've had it happen where I've had it happen multiple times where more than half of my team has actually just quit within a week's period or like a 2-day period. And then it's me back to doing absolutely everything. And so about a month and a half ago, we had, in fact, we're a lean team with our boot camp, 2 full-timers and a couple part-timers. And both full-timers left within a week of each other. And so it was like me and a part-timer. Unfortunately, we just hired somebody on to help save us, but probably like 2 or 3 weeks before. So we got real lucky there. But it's now I'm back to coaching. Now I'm back to doing all the little things, the follow up, the everything. And it is that with us, when we have to eat our own shit, it's we either close our doors or we buck up and we do it. And is it exhausting? Absolutely. Being in the industry for over a decade, it's even worse, when it happens again, because you're like, I can't believe I'm going through this again. How come I didn't learn from my mistakes the first time? I'm too damn old now and too damn tired now to do this. This is not easy. It's not as hard. It's not as easy as it was when I was 22, sort of thing. But we got to do what we got to do.
We all deal with that. And I don't know if you know my story, but, I had to claim bankruptcy twice in my company.
Yeah.
And, we are just getting over a hurdle of a hardship for the electrical company. I mean, we literally have grown so much that we fucked up on a bid for one of a huge job, like 1.5. And we had to eat that shit. And let me tell you, it has been a hard struggle. And that's what I don't think a lot of people realize, regardless of where you're at in life, we all deal with that. Mm-hmm. It's just, like one of my podcasts that I did with somebody else, it's the fact that it could be $100 to you is everything. It could be $100,000 to you. Like, it doesn't really matter on the limit of the money. It's the fact that we all have to go through these obstacles to get ahead and keep going forward.
Right.
And I think that's where we start to learn the discipline. We start to learn, this is the own your shit moment. I mean, we start learning like, okay, now we have to put in some processes and procedures here. Now we have to start adding this into our company. We should have been doing this in our company in the first place. Now we need to work on our ROIs. Like, these are all the little things that, I hate to say failure, but these are all the things that are great about it because we learn to be better business people going forward.
Right. Absolutely.
And go ahead.
And nobody sitting at the top is above it. Right. And not only that, but they didn't only have to experience it one time. And like, for me, this is now, the second big one. I've had a small ones of like that in the past, but this is the one where this is the biggest aha moment. And I think I owe a lot of that to Apex, where what Apex has done is open my eyes to what is possible and what is potentially capable of actually being achieved. And now when this happened again, even though I was in Apex, right, at the time, it was like, oh,
yeah,
this is 100% the reason why that happened. Yeah. And now I know what to do. I have the confidence now, right? I didn't before have the confidence now to then course correct and make it better and avoid it.
Absolutely. Have you linked with Mark to get like, so, there's a lot of like online nutrition people, right? Or fitness people. Mm-hmm. And Mark has that program that he structured, which I think is phenomenal, because sometimes when I coach different people for just nutrition, I'm looking for somewhere to send these people in their state that they're in, right? So you should hook up with him because he has a great little system going to where it helps worldwide with people.
Well, he's my exec coach, but
Okay.
but what, and we can talk offline if unless it helps him.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see what that actual system is. But for sure.
Yeah. So let's get into a little bit of health and nutrition. So I know we talked about business, we talked about owning our shit. What do you think is the number one thing that people should be doing to make sure that they have good health?
They got to own their own shit. Come on. For the most part, we all know what we need to do. Okay. Fitness and fat loss and health is simple. It's simple. You eat right and you exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And the best advice and the best thing that somebody should be doing is holding true to the promises that they made themselves, right? The best promises we can keep are the ones that we've made to ourselves. And so it doesn't become fitness at all or nutrition at all. It's, can we train our mind? Because our mind is a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it? I don't know the science behind it, but we need to train it like it's a muscle so it becomes stronger and we can make the decisions that we need to make easier.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the number one supplement that should be consumed daily?
Number one supplement. If we're going for fat loss, I would probably say for a lot of people, a protein shake, if you even call that a supplement. I call it food. But for a lot of people, I like it a lot because it's going to curb a lot of their sweet tooth cravings. It's going to give them good calories. And instead of snacking on crap, they're getting a good 150 calorie, lean quality protein shake in once a day. Get rid of it being for muscle development. Get rid of it for being, exercise recovery. Using it as a tool for healthy food, healthy calories. That's where I would say is probably the best one.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Totally agree. And a lot of people don't understand that when you consume protein, your body actually will burn 30% more calories having protein. So I always tell people, like, if you're going to cheat and you want to cheat, eat some freaking protein. Like it's really not going to hurt you. Right?
No, it's not. And it's hard to find someone who wants protein that's a cheat. But like the other side is like, if you do need a cheat, which is like a sweet or whatever, make sure you have some protein with it too.
Yeah.
So that your body will digest that so much differently. And as you said, like, you're going to burn more calories in it. It's going to allow the carbs or the sweets or the sugar or whatever to hit differently. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging with me.
Yeah, no, this has been good. I've enjoyed it. Is there anything else that you want to ask away or
where can people find you?
I'm all over Facebook, Ryan.A.Floyd. And I'm making my way on LinkedIn now too.
Nice.
And LinkedIn's been good. It's more content, less fun, if you will. But if you enjoy that, we've got a couple we got a Facebook group and then a LinkedIn group as well. And then you can find me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a little weird. I'm not sure why, but they do it. It's like a linkedin.com/IN /coach.Ryan. I'm not sure why they have that IN and Facebook doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Ryan Floyd, all around Facebook and LinkedIn for sure right now.
Awesome. One other question. In the group that you have, what do you guys do in the group? Do you give like fitness advice, workout routines, things like that for people to follow?
Yeah. So in our groups right now, every Monday, at 11 o'clock Central, we post essentially a motivational or a mindset Monday. And it's the topic, it's over our theme, right? So essentially what I explained to you about our theme of promptitude is it's been in long form text. I put that out on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I do a live video in the groups talking about promptitude or the theme of the week.
Yeah.
So that if they didn't take the time to read it, they now get the time to listen to it while they're driving, at work or what have you. We do that about the same time as well, 11 o'clock, give or take a little bit, because I got to go through like 4 groups at 11 o'clock instead of because it doesn't really work if you do it one place and share it everywhere. Yeah. Doesn't work as well. So I go live in each individual group and talk about that. And then on our email list, we send out a workout Wednesday. And then on Fridays, we do a foodie Friday. So it's a healthy recipe. Yeah.
I like that.
That you can do. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out to be with us and reach our audience. And, a lot of my audience is into health fitness. So I think it will be exceptional for you. So I truly just want to say thank you for taking the time out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Jen. We appreciate it. Yeah. Keep owning your shit and keep following Jen because she knows her shit.
Thanks. So again, you guys, please rate, review, and subscribe. And with that, again, have a phenomenal week. And I will see you next week. Well, guys, that's a wrap for another episode of Own Your Own Shit. Now that this is half the battle, owning your shit allows you the freedom to create something even better in your life. Getting out of your own way, it doesn't have to be lonely. Making sure to follow me for more advice. Follow me on every social media platform at Jenn Carrasco. My Instagram is Jenn Carrasco with 2 underscores. Find me on Facebook at the same name. And of course, share the episode with friends who need some help in the tough times and typically helping them to own their shit. So with that being said, see you guys next week.